Michael Moore and David Hogg fight to make voting age 16. Patriots give a reality check. By Rebecca DeCirio, U.S. News for MadWorldNews.com. Michael Moore is one of the biggest idiots out there, fanning the flames to outright gun confiscation. Moore was on hand at the anti-gun March for Our Lives rally, and he fell in love with tragedy celebrity David Hogg. Moore is now on the bandwagon with Hogg and other radical leftists to change the voting age to 16. Well, pissed off patriots gave Moore a massive reality check that he never saw coming. Michael Moore was like a child or a kid on Christmas morning in the aftermath of Saturday's March for Our Lives anti-gun fest. The obese documentary filmmaker was enamored with Parkland tragedy celeb David Hogg, who started the call to change the voting age to 16. That launched Moore into a Twitter storm. His tweets reflected his giddiness, believing that gun confiscation and the end of President Donald Trump was just around the corner. If we can only change the voting age to 16 years old. Breitbart reported Moore was among the throng of celebrities who took to social media to shower praise on the thousands of students and activists who hit the streets in Washington, D.C. and in other cities across the country and marched in support of gun control. Michael Moore took to Twitter on Monday and shared the one thing that he says we've learned since last month's horrific mass shooting. Moore tweeted, "If there is one thing we've learned since Parkland, it's that the voting age should be lowered to 16. Other countries do it. We should too." Brilliant idea. Anyone know which countries allow 16-year-olds to vote? Yeah. Moore failed to mention countries that allow its citizens to vote at 16 include corruption-ridden Brazil and communist Cuba, which are banana republics that don't really count the votes. They don't have free and open elections. It's all a sham, so they could care less who votes. We shouldn't be too shocked by Moore's plan, but the scary part is that he is not alone. Nut job actress Mia Farrow totally agrees, posting an article of David Hogg and his cohort's appearance on 60 Minutes and adding this tweet, "The future belongs to this generation and they fully realize it. Let them vote. Let them vote. Change voting age to 16. Patriotic Americans who have common sense know exactly why Moore is advocating to lower the voting age. Moore was so delusional about the anti-gun AstroTurfed rally, he tweeted, "I'd say at least 1 million people in the streets of D.C." Historic. This photo doesn't even show the full breadth of it. Thank you, Parkland students and kids everywhere. You have made it clear to the adults, either join us or get out of the way. We are here and we are coming. Isn't that nice? Like most of us have learned, when the radical left pumps millions of dollars into one of their AstroTurf protests, they always exaggerate the numbers, and the losers at CNN and MSNBC will back them up. We've seen pics photoshopped. Actually, according to CBS, which is not a conservative source, there were 200,000 people there, not 1 million. CBS reported more than 200,000 people attended the March for Our Lives demonstration in Washington, D.C. on Saturday, according to digital design and imaging service Inc. DDIS. The peak crowd size was 202,796 people with a margin of error of 15%, the firm said. Isn't that funny? I briefly turned to CNN during the rally and they were reporting 800,000 in attendance. This is how mainstream media lies to brainwash Americans. It's also why idiots like Michael Moore spew propaganda, refusing to find out the truth. Patriotic Americans gave Moore a reality check. Mark Fussetti tweeted, "I know you say things to piss people off, but this statement is the dumbest thing you've ever said." Anthony here, kids should not be voting. They should be learning and nurtured. P.S. What countries permit 16-year-old voting? Did you just make that up? Moore makes up most things he proclaims to be fact. His documentary on Cuba's healthcare system is a prime example. Michael Moore suggests the Democratic Party can't win without lowering voting age to teenagers eating Tide Pods, tweeted Glenn Woodfin. Yeah. One woman who lived through horrors in Peru warned Moore that lowering the voting age is always an attempt by communist socialist radicals to gain power. Don't you dare. In Peru, that backfired terribly. Lowering the voting age was a political move to increase the voting population and introduce a segment that could be easily influenced by populist ideas. It should 21 again. Voting is mandatory in Peru, tweeted Luz Marie Carrera. Don't you just love the leftist losers? Lowering the voting age to 16 while they want to change the right to own guns changed to 21 or 25 years old. Does that make any sense? So kids at 16 are mature enough to decide who runs the most powerful country in the world, but they aren't mature enough to own a gun. Michael Moore is a buffoon who claims to be from the working class, while his brand of identity politics is straight from the millionaire mansions in Hollywood. He doesn't even realize how ridiculous he sounds listening to self-absorbed teen David Hogg as he struggles to get himself back in the limelight. Yeah, he just wants to be in the limelight again. What a crock. I mean, really, this guy is out of his mind anyway. And then that brilliant Mia Farrow tweeting, yeah, that just shows you how deranged these people are. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.